Anytime a famous woman or teenage girl goes off the rails, there is usually a man behind it, like a predator or multiple predators behind it. I honestly don't know how any of these women made it out of Hollywood alive. And some of them didn't. I'll have to do another video about women who didn't. So, tell me you are not sending a very clear message, schmegualizing teenage girls by having a Teletubby in this position, pink sheets, like lingerie, and then a cover later on, don't treat me like a little girl. The way that the media schmegualizes girls, I'm not even saying teenagers, I mean girls. And it's not nearly as bad for white girls, but they do this to all girls. They normalize what Ashton Kutcher and Dax and all those pervs who are working on Punk'd would do all the time, and Danny dating teenagers. Just like the video that this comment is attached to, where I go into how, you know, the Me Too movement hasn't even touched the music industry, more or less, and how it's frightening how many musicians outright admit to dating and schmegs trafficking teenage girls. Anyway, I'm still not done with that topic, but that's another video. I mean, when you're putting things in their mouth, putting dolls next to their boobs, like a Teletubby, Tinky Winky, doing this. What is this? What is this? Innocent. Oh, she's a child on a tire swing, but she's schmegsy. Which is it? That's the point. The innocence of childhood, but the seduction of a woman. Love goddess. I actually can't show you this photo of what they did to Kirsten. Apparently they tricked her into this. And I've covered in another video, I'll link it in the caption if I remember. When she was a child, even women interviewing this girl, like, aren't you lucky you got to kiss Brad Pitt? And she's like, he's 31, like, he's not really a boy. Like, he's a man, so, like, why would I enjoy kissing him? And both of the women in the interview were like, yeah, but making her look crazy for not wanting a man to make out with a man. And, you know, I could do a whole video on this woman. I probably will. But she's got, like, Sasquatch as a dad, who's now married to a woman, like, crazy young, that I think he met on his daughter's show a long time ago. And lest we forget who made this. The director of this, the brilliant man behind this nightmare, this guy, Terry Richardson, old creepy nerd who got Me Too'd hardcore and hasn't really worked since. I mean, these guys never go away. I'm sure he's still working, but he is not publicly working. You know, Hannah Montana doing this. How much do you think that she was influenced by this predator? And that's why I'm so sick of men being the point of view, especially like cishet white men and their like twisted minds. Everything we consume, more or less, is through their point of view. So all of those Rolling Stones covers, this man who has since kind of fallen from his throne when he openly admitted to leaving out women and black people in the like Hall of Fame because he's so racist and misogynist. Like, he was just like, yeah, he just said it out loud. This all checks out now. I can do a whole video on this a D-bag. Or how about this man? Sam Levinson. I've made so many videos on this man. And lest we forget, the whole era where Britney grew up in. I can't believe she's alive, y'all. This dude, thriving. I mean, hopefully not so much anymore because people are like, oh my God, you suck. Girls Gone Wild. Y'all remember that? The 90s, when him and his buddies loved Girls Gone Wild. This is the guy who started Girls Gone Wild. With these two, they get away with it for years, going after teenagers and young women. Ooh, and then people on the left love them because they're anti-capitalist and whatever. Progressive men, y'all don't think that progressive men can hate women too? Sometimes they're the worst because they're hiding with all their feminism talk and whatever, but they hate us. And let's not forget the king of tweens. The dude who was in charge of Nickelodeon and all those kids shows and was in charge of all these teenage girls' careers. Shocker, this dude is a predator. I'm old, y'all. I did not even know who Ariana was until that awful incident where there was like a shooting, you know, at her concert. I was like, oh, who is this woman? The only reason I know who she is. And I grow up with her. But, and I know that she has been guilty of appropriating. But I also did not know that she grew up as a teen in Nickelodeon world, where that guy who was in charge of all these shows would have her trying to squeeze the juice out of a potato. The way he had her, I saw this clip, and the way he had her talk, I was like, oh my God. There's one scene, you should look it up on YouTube. She's like, have you ever wondered what it looks like? Obviously, she did not write any of this, y'all. And any teenage girl is not gonna know how messed up this is. Most teenagers and even young women don't know how sick and twisted men are yet. Some do, but in general. They had her hold a bottle, lay on her bed and then upside down hang out and then have all this like pouring over her in the most disturbing way and sucking her toes. Like, apparently this dude has some sort of foot fetish because he was featuring feet with these teenage girls a lot. And I am not kink shaming here. This is a children's show. You should never be doing this with children. It's bad enough when you have powerful men who love to get off on the violence against women, and especially against Black people. Like, we already have to deal with men making stuff that we consume and forcing us into the point of view of his sick and twisted, misogynistic, racist vision, but keep kids out of it. So this guy was not only super inappropriate and a predator, it sounds like, allegedly, with children. He was also, there are multiple complaints about the way he treated his staff. And this was Nickelodeon's top creator and showrunner. Those of you who don't know what a showrunner is, it is like one of the most powerful writing positions in Hollywood. Showrunners are the ones who run the writing rooms and make major executive decisions. For 2 decades, this pervert was in charge of children's shows. And so imagine what that does to us as an audience consuming this. Him normalizing really messed up stuff. It comes from his genius, which is really his sick and twisted view on children and women. All these actresses, all of them involved with this man, and more. He often posted with pictures of feet with young actresses, was verbally abusive to his staff, prone to tantrums and angry emails, and gender discrimination, give and receive massages to him. He offered some of the kids money for pics of their feet. Some of these actresses tried to tell us. They protested, they wanted specifically pictures of their toes. Wanted them to wear revealing outfits, was always asking for massages. Allegedly may even have gotten them drunk. Now, he wasn't specifically named here, but it seems to be understood that that's who she's talking about. So he gave her a massage without her consent, even when she insisted that she didn't want one. Pressured her into wearing revealing bikinis as a child on iCarly, and then claimed that Nickelodeon offered to pay her $300,000 to remain silent. So, I mean, the enabling that happens in Hollywood with these predators. And by the way, it's not just Hollywood. I don't want anyone to take my content and be like, QAnon, I could say the same thing about any church. The reason why I care about Hollywood is that all of us have to consume what Hollywood makes. When they keep giving power and money and the point of view, to these predators, they have enormous impact on our culture. And I'm so over it. There is no reason why any girl should be in a hot tub with this man. This Twitter thread was really interesting if you want to watch it. This is all just alleged, by the way. But the dude was a little handsy. I mean, what? Like, you do not do this to somebody that you don't have some sort of sick and twisted power over. I mean, just loves hugging and touching. And the thing is that nobody really believes women anyway, or girls, or children. Because it's not always women and girls. They do this to boys too. They do this to any children. But nobody listens because they don't care. As a survivor of childhood SA myself, I can't believe I'm still alive. That I didn't have the whole world watching and schmegulizing me. When these sick and twisted men have control the point of view of girls and women, we get this. And we also get this. Dazed and Confused. Matthew McConaughey's breakout role as a straight up predator. It's just so funny. What a loser. Trying to pick up teenagers. That's not grape or anything. That's just funny. All right, all right, all right. It's just jokes, It's just what men do. This is dehumanizing to all of us. And men should be pissed about this too. Is this what you want to be? I hope not. The imagination of very few sick and twisted men impacts the whole world. And I'm so over it.